does well against Pango.
Okay.
Plus Wex does not, though.
We're heading over to Spanish, Inran.
Thank you. Invoker pick. My goodness. Very exciting stuff.
Banning Dusa, but then it became a mind game. They're like, we don't really trust that you guys are going to upload that, so they banned it anyway. But it means we get to see something else, because the story of the previous two games was really, it was very Medusa-centric, and now we're going to get something completely different.
Praise Gaben for that.
As Shiva pointed out, the last time we saw this BZM Invoker, I think, who was it they played against? He was getting doomed all game. He went 1-15-1 in that game.
Oh, I think it was against 1-10-1. I think it was worse.
Oh, it was way worse. I think it was against Shopify Rebellion, and Saberlight played Doom and actually just hunted him the whole game. And he just didn't get to play. I think Invoker's matchups in this game are better overall. So this could be a redemption story for him. And I think he just wants to, you know, when you have a really bad game like that, you probably just want to, you know, prove what you've got. It is one of his best heroes.
And I will say he is already starting out with Exhort. So that answers one of the questions at least.
Yeah.
And looking at OG's lineup, they have so much like AoE zoning. They got the Pit, Freezing Field, Bloodright, Brambles. If you get Cataclysm, that's going to be a pretty dirty spell.
The Minefield,
I think.
Yep.
Well, they don't have techies for the Minefield.
That's true.
But that would also be.
They could have had one more AoE ability then.
That's true.
At the same time, though, you look at Liquid's heroes. I really like Liquid's draft. I think it has some of the really powerful things in this patch. They've got the Caudal Beastmaster, which I think is an outstanding opener. This lane is incredibly powerful. They have a good matchup for the Monkey King in the safe lane against Underlord, and I think the Pango Invoker matchup, like Jenkins says, I think it's probably true that Exort might pull ahead slightly here, whereas Wex would lose, but I don't think either way that Pango struggles. I think he's gonna do fine.
He might struggle against the old Rupture that they talked about.
That will be a problem.
Probably the biggest counter in the game for Pango, and the fact that you have to itemize a Lincoln feels terrible, but Insania probably has to go around the Brambles. A nice boundless strike coming out to try to save Insania, but it looks like First Blood will go the way of Taiga on OG's side.
Yeah, got caught in a really awkward position. The perfect Brambles. There was no really easy way around that to run back, so he had to take this awkward path, and it ended up taking too long. That's really big news for OG, actually, because I think on a theoretical level, this lane is extremely hard as soon as Silencer and Monkey King reach level 2 or 3. So getting that little bit of a head start up there is very, very nice for them. The First Blood did go the way of Taiga. Not the Underlord, but still, yeah, assist gold still nice, and the experience.
Well, Mind Control doesn't deserve the First Blood because he did lie about them banning Medusa.
True.
Bad boy MC. Never thought he would lie, honestly.
Bad boy for life.
Such an innocent young child. So as we talked about BZM versus Nisha in the mid lane, so far relatively even in the CS, obviously quite early. Kitrak getting harassed down in the bot lane, but Yuragi's there to help clean up, and he's doing A-okay. Frostbite applied to Zai. Yuragi, they lose their but I'm run down by Yuragi. They are close to that tier tower to dive at this.
This is a miserable lane for DM. She does not have health. She doesn't have good health regen. It's going to get spammed by axes and chakra. So they just non-stop throw all cool. And whenever he has it, just spam, spam, spam. They can blinding light her into motion. I guess the good news for OG is that at the very least the carry, and I think this was also a part of the pick when they see the Caudal Beast, they want a carry that's sustainable against a lot of spam, and Bloodseeker really fits that bill, because imagine if your carry in this game was like a Terrorblade. You're non-stop getting bullied out of lane by these two. I at least think this was a good solution from a carry perspective.
Do you think, so here's a weird question. Obviously CM in theory, well not in theory, in practice very good against summons. Zai, I mean, we've seen this matchup before where Beastmaster just doesn't bother getting boards.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to. Just max out Axes and Aura here.
Taiga and MC getting chased out. Taiga getting pretty damn low. Pops the Shadow Realm to avoid that last right click.
I think he popped Shadow Realm Salve actually as he got grenaded, so the healing salve now gone.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Best
Might just have to walk back to base at this point. Pretty bad.
Fight over the Lotus here. Go the way of the Keeper of the Light.
Courier taken out as well. Axe is coming through. Remember, they just reduced the mana cost of that for some reason. There's the Blood Grenade onto Boxy, but he pops the Wand. Getting chased by Yuragi. Bloodright is there. Not going to connect, but he does get the kill via the right click, and we'll have to go through... What are we going to call this little area? That path, the bridge of something.
It reminds me of the bridge in the Mines of Moria.
Yeah, I agree.
Need to place Coddle over there for full lore.
True.
He's in the game. We could have it happen. If Boxy stands there and blinding lights the Bloodseeker away, basically as close as you're going to get.
And Valve might get copyright stricken from that one as well, of course, because the voice line would have to activate. Taiga getting chased out along with Yuragi in the bot lane. He doesn't have any support as of yet. Axes will connect, but he'll live through it.
But a good start bot for OG, you gotta say, overall. Like, considering the overall power of the lane they're up against, if they can break even here, I think that's pretty good.
Taiga still has not left the lane. He is just
sticking
around with super low HP.
Oh, that's a good combo here.
The tower. Sunstrike's coming as well. Will not hit. My goodness. Did not line that one up correctly. And I mean,
you gotta land those if you don't want to go 1 in 15, bro. That's.
I mean, how important is it for BZN to be getting these Sunstrike kills? Because in past patches, that was almost like built into the balance of the hero when Exort was like the super popular build. This was years ago at this point, of course.
I don't think it's particularly important for himself. It's just
like a.
It's really good for the bottom lane, I think, that he helps out. But he doesn't. I mean, you're not gonna say no to kill bounty, but I don't think it's. If he doesn't get any
Getting chased out by Mickey, who has now full Jingu stack. Shadow Realm popped by Taiga. It's a 1v1 battle from each side. And unfortunately for OG, Liquid gets the better of both 1v1s.
Yeah. I can't say I'm surprised this top lane is going this way, and that's why it's twice as important that the bot lane's going okay and mid. Nisha is ahead of the Invoker, though, on the Pango, 27-5 against 22-5.
Okay, that's
so he's getting the better of him here. Orb of Corrosion. Maybe with Orb of Corrosion, maybe you can just kill the Forge Spirits, actually. I'll see. It does seem to be the go-to plan here for him, at least. Yep, exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. A lot of damage to BZM as well. He's not quite level 6 here. Not that that's exactly the same as getting level 6 on any other hero, but... How fast do you think Nisha will have to itemize a Linken's? Because, like I said, that is not an item you generally want to go for.
There's no other spell. The thing about the
You remind me of my tutors.
So he's guaranteed to block the rupture if he gets it off for him. So I would definitely like to see it as like a second or third item.
Nisha.
I think he's gonna go Diffusal.
Full snapped, but be able to close the gap.
By here, Diffusal into. Can you actually just go Diffo Lincolns? Is that good? It doesn't sound too bad when you're playing with Coddle.
You might have to. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter if it's good, right? Don't you just have to do that at some point?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think the addition of roll-up definitely helped Pango against Bloodseeker. It was way worse before that shard. But...
So getting chased by Mickey.
Nice high five in here.
Yeah, even though he knows that MC did lie in the pregame interview.
I mean, Mick is making him pay for it. This is a straight-up flagellance right now.
Flagellance. Yep,
there you go. A new word for you today.
Good. So much disappointment.
Did you never play Darkest Dungeon?
No.
No. Well, you don't like good games.
Well, I played Dota, so what does that tell you?
Yeah, well, that's the one exception.
Oh, okay.
Actually, not true. You play Wing Wing with me, and I enjoyed that. All right.
Frostbite. With the Brambles there as well. Boxy is going to get caught. But the axes from Zai going to give a little bit of pressure here.
All right, 0 for 2 on the Sunstrike. Nice combo there. Frostbite cucking him out of the kill.
Cucking.
Unfortunate. BZM really wanted that one, and Kitcher was like, nope, that's mine. Gonna grab that on the Maiden. I mean, it was insurance, whatever. It happened.
Yeah, you're playing with 2 stand-ins. You have only played probably a couple games on Invoker, maybe not even with a CM, so communication just not there. MC though, oh, he's gonna die again. Feels very bad.
I mean, they're tripling down on just making his life a living hell.
He doesn't even have the Vanguard yet.
It's not even close.
Yeah. All right, Nisha, okay, the first rupture of the game, attempting to TP out. Sunstrike.
It's a hit.
Is there. All right, hard to miss when it's on a cliff, it seems. Mickey now. Gonna force the issue. Stuck inside the ice wall. Yuragi still available to use some spells. Mickey will have to force out his Wukong's command.
Like a little bit of a waste there when they did have Blinding Light, but don't think it's too big of a deal. This wasn't a spell that he was likely to want to use in the next 2 minutes anyway.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Nay, I say.
And the
Good
monkey
response from Uragi there. Finding that Pango kill is definitely important for OG because this game can very quickly get out of hand if Liquid starts snowballing with their Beastmaster and Pango and Monkey, all three cores having good games. Things can get scary, but Beastmaster definitely has not had as good of a start as I think Liquid were expecting when they first faced these two. Only sitting at the 3k net worth. He's a full 1,000 behind the Bloodseeker.
but he's still 600 ahead of the enemy offlane.
Both offlaners getting very countered.
And a little bit different style of offlaners as well. This past been more the Underlord type where you're just getting these auras, right? So Crimson, Pipe, Greaves, depending on what the situation arises. And then for the Beastmaster, this has been kind of the build for
Radiant's bottom
years now.
tower
It feels
is
like the
under
helm
attack.
of the Overlord at some point. Into what would you want to go off?
I think you go Helm Pipe here, right? Like Pipe is just an insane item against it's great against Maiden, it's great against Underlord.
Does he actually want to use his ult? No, he's faking it out.
I think Helm Pipe. He might even go Pipe before the Overlord. I'm a bit curious to see if he does that.
Middle tower is under
But
attack.
maybe you have to buy Helm of the Overlord because you're playing against Underlord. And then
Yeah, it fits.
you
the lore.
You outlord him, basically.
Onisha level 8. We have, I don't think we've seen the Rolling Thunder quite yet.
Nope.
If I'm not mistaken. From BZM side on the Invoker, he will be going for the Witchblade. Haven't really seen the Exort Invoker all that often. All too much in the last couple years. What's the build for him?
That's the thing about Exort Invoker. I actually think there's a lot of different paths to
Radiant's
take.
bottom tower
So
is
you
under
definitely do want to
attack.
itemize your right click, obviously, because you have so high damage. And he already started out with the treads for attack speed, and now he's going the Witchblade. The alternative way to go is obviously Midas and playing greedier, but probably has to read that that will be too slow.
Onisha, Swashbuckle nets him a kill onto Kit Rack, and there's the Rolling Thunder. Taiga's gonna be the recipient of this one, next to the Lotus Pool. He will die. Very easy pickup from Liquid.
Insania going as close as possible in the hope
8
that you
int
get
already.
more int,
Insania,
but then he
wow.
got blinding lit away, but he was still in range. Foxy tried his best there. Mess him up. Looking
8
good
int
for Liquid
at
though.
11 minutes on a position 5 silencer. That's
Feels good.
pretty damn good.
Nisha, no mana.
Nisha, yeah. There's Sunstrike. Will hit. And the root. Frostbite won't do enough damage.
And he has regen, so it's all in vain actually.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
true.
dead damage. That's a term now. Learned it from BSJ's course, of course.
Dead lane, dead damage.
Dead damage.
11 Forge Spirits have been
422,
killed.
the combined meme number.
All of it on Pango.
Kit-
So
Okay, just half his health. It's fine.
yeah, this is perfectly balanced. Shield crash. Kit Rack does get off the Frostbite, but this feels
Did I
like
say -2?
yes,
I did.
indeed. As Instania, he's gonna get ruptured, but he's gonna be happy with the permanent 10 int, trying to deny
That was
himself.
close.
but
That was a really good try, actually.
good attempt. Not to be. Maelstrom now online
Radiant's top tower
for
is under
Uragi.
attack.
Zai finally has the helm of Dom.
So what's he eyeing up now? He's gonna go Overlord first, it looks like. Okay, we'll get that.
BZM's here.
Radiant's
the
middle
cold snap.
tower
Oh,
is
nice
under
tornado
And the
level
ice
1.
wall. The balance strike Mickey actually has to use his ult to try to stay alive. He gets the extra armor out of it. But the meteor coming down right on top of his head.
No,
BZM
he's
is the
not
one
winning
taking
this.
most
Oh
of the
my god,
damage.
if he would have killed anyone there, that would have been a tragedy for OG. Yeah, they both played it to the limit. It wasn't really even that close to a kill. Just very much a waste of time and resources there. Mickey will just return to farming.
And Liquid with a very casual 3k lead at 12.5 minutes. I mean, versus that last patch, how much... I
Radiant's
feel like in the
bottom
last patch,
tower is under
3k lead at
attack.
12 minutes is pretty big. Would you say that's
That's still the
about
case.
the same?
It's obviously way more lineup specific. I think something that I've noticed over the games of this tournament is that there's definitely game states that feel different, where you would be like, okay, 5k lead right now is absolutely monumental,
Radiant's
but the
bottom
losing team
tower has
nowadays
fallen.
feels like they can find their way out of it in more situations than not. A great example was the game we had yesterday between EG and BetBoom.
Poker versus Monkey King. First global silence comes out. BZM getting controlled. Zany has come as well. Nisha misses the swashbuckle, but gets his ult off. Now pursuing the Invoker. The proc once as Taiga gets off a nice ult of his own to try and control the enemy team, but looks like BZM will eventually fall. They don't have vision though, but the shield crash is there. Nisha gets the all-important kill on the OG mid laner.
A little bit of an X factor at play there. Keep in mind how bad Invoker is against Arcane Curse.
Oh my God.
You have a very memorable clip of that one. Not you personally, but
I would never.
good old
Radiant's
fails
middle tower is
the
under
week
attack.
with
Radiant
an Invoker
structures
having
are
2 billion
fortified.
stacks of Arcane Curse from just casting Invoke and never letting it run out.
Dire's top tower is under
Surprised you remember
attack.
that one.
Yeah,
Radiant's
I
middle
remember a lot of
tower is
things.
under
I remember
attack.
all your greatness. It's an old video.
Yeah, that's true. Back when that was relevant.
Hasn't been much to speak of since then.
Radiant's
We will
middle
never forget
tower
that
has
video.
That's why I'm stuck with you. Tier
Yeah,
1 tower
that's
taken out by Liquid. 5k lead for
How we have
them.
fallen.
We're gonna see the replay here. BZM. Yeah, I think this was an invisible, I mean, not that it was that difficult, an invisible shield crash.
Yeah.
Did not have vision at all there. OG smoking. They need to start getting some sort of momentum on their side because this is getting a bit scary. I mean, MC has his Vanguard, but obviously still quite far behind Zai. 2k behind. Back, my goodness, I didn't think it was that.
Oh, Mike with a nice dodge there. Getting out of the bramble trees, jumping into a bramble now.
It's always
Under
classic.
Wants to
Nisha
fight.
again, rolling thunder. Diffusal, gonna hold Taiga in place.
This is such a bad matchup for Willow. Pango is a nightmare matchup. You
Yep.
can't do anything.
That's a good area to roll as well. Enough space to be able to lock somebody down. And with that, another kill goes the way of Liquid. Pavis online for Boxy.
Yep. Interesting choice. I feel like it's not a particularly good Pavis game necessarily. Like, the vast majority of OG's damage is coming from the source of spells. It can give you a little bit of sustainability against Bloodseeker when he runs at you.
They're worried about that, you know, the alacrity
Yeah.
Bloodseeker.
I mean, it's definitely going to be useful, but you're always justifying that against alternatives, right? Like, the Caudle could have rushed a pipe this game if they don't want to get it on the Beastmaster as an example. Caudle is one of the amazing things about this Heroes of Force, that it will find farm if you wanted to.
Nisha, he wants to do something, but he gets ruptured first. Yuragi still in the area to just right-click casually, and they're going to be able to get this kill extremely easily.
Dire's middle tower
Nisha's still
is
ruptured, but
under
his
attack.
entire team is here. He's actually using Swashbuckle. He does not care that he's ruptured at all. Looking towards BZM. It's getting pretty close, but they finally do take out Nisha. BZM, if they can clean him up, this will still be very good for Liquid, and they do just that. So a 2-for-1, make it 3. As Kitrak takes a tumble. Do they have a cancel? They do. Mind Control showed up just to die. 4-1 for Liquid.
I love the way he played that fight. That was really, really well done. He endured as long as he could, and then he knows here, he swashbuckles right before the Pit of Malice catches him, and after the rupture has ended. So you couldn't really have done this any better. And yeah, he will end up dying for it, but he really maximized the output of his hero in that situation. If he stands there and gets caught in the pit, that's the end of the fight probably for him, but this way he dealt an extra 1,000 damage with his 2 spells and got in close and
Radiant's top
personal on the
tower is
Invoker.
under attack.
His teammates could clean that up. This is a really, really substantial lead that Liquid are building for themselves, and they have the luxury of having really good vision too. They're playing with Beastmaster, they're playing with Monkey King. They're going to keep being able to control the map really well. Kitrak getting spotted there. Along with
They want Taiga. That's who they want. Rolling
Let
Thunder
Taiga,
from
there
Nisha.
you go.
And another death on Taiga's resume for this game. Does have quite a bit of shield applied to him right now, but
Shut you up.
Or in for Insania.
yeah, what are we at now?
Real 5 head.
Okay. 16. Not bad, not bad. I don't know what the record is for a
Dire's
position
top
5
tower is under
this
attack.
stage. Gotta be approaching somewhere around that. As BZM, he goes invis, but they have the sentry and they have the damage. More int for Insania. It never
Every time they
ends.
kill him, he loses 2 damage.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because for lore implications, Wyvern is a universal hero, but Invoker, who uses all powers of the universe, is an int hero.
Well, you're also very important to make that distinction.
It is, because then him losing int is more damage loss.
Well, something that's a little bit more actually relevant, losing int, you're losing magic resist now, right?
That's true too. Yeah.
So Silencer not only did Silencer get buffed in that
Radiant's
aspect,
bottom
but
tower
they
is
got rid of
under attack.
every non-tier 5 neutral item that dispelled.
Yep.
That is a huge
That is absolutely huge for the hero.
global silence. spell again. They basically re-added it to the pool. Now you have to buy a BKB or a Lotus or Greaves or whatever the million other items. You have to spend money, basically, to counter this hero.
Yeah.
Radiant's
Unfortunately, all of
bottom
those items
tower
are
is
kind of
under
nice.
attack.
Yeah,
So
you're going to get them anyway.
but
Radiant's
it's true. You
bottom
don't get them for
tower
free.
has
And you don't get the
fallen.
additional one, right? Because in the past, you'd maybe have like Lotus and a neutral item. So at least now you need to commit to removing global, and then you can be susceptible to other things. We'll see if the game even gets to that state. You know, those tier 4 neutral items that used to be a thing would be minute 37 at the earliest, and at the rate Liquid are going, I don't know if we're going to get that far. OG really needs to start showing some signs of life here in this game.
Yeah.
Kind of all Liquid, every move. They're controlling the map. They're playing fast. And this is the dream game to Beast Mastering. Like when you have this kind of a start on your other lanes, the game just feels so fluent.
Up Taiga.
BKB,
Global
he'll
silence
die.
goes off. And he's going to get cleaned up again.
What's the worst that can happen?
10k lead for
Radiant's top
Liquid.
tower is under attack.
A very rare lyrical line coming up.
Radiant's top tower has
Unnecessary.
fallen.
I know.
Necessary jab. Poor guy.
Well, mine's rare as well, but
that's true.
him and Taiga have a connection.
They do.
You know?
Yeah, both very positive people.
Yeah.
Very optimistic.
Who's the most... Wait, you just leave a neutral there? Okay. Nisha?
Dire's bottom tower
Who's the most
is
what?
under attack.
Who's the most toxic? Who's the no, not toxic. Who's the most negative pro player? Because that's the person I could have a connection.
Oh.
So how does
question.
stealing their token work? Because is it the person that, like, once you activate it, it's considered yours? Because you can't share it, right?
I actually haven't had that happen in the game yet. I don't know.
It's very strange. I did not notice it was. In fact, it doesn't even have a neutral item for Nisha. Like, not even needing it. All good. Everyone's being delivered, but
Surely.
Dire's middle
we're at the
tower
20-minute
is
mark
under
now. No,
attack.
he just doesn't have it, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
and he is indeed going
There
exactly
it
what we
is.
thought. Diffu into Lincoln's complete now.
Tormentor
Dire's bottom
is here.
tower is under attack.
For a little bit. The structure is now dead.
Oh, this is a nice
Got him.
guard for a game like this as well.
Yeah, recall now added
Dire's
to his
middle
repertoire.
tower
They
has
cover the
fallen.
map so well already that now they can start playing the Monkey King or the Beastmaster just flat out in a side lane, just pull them in to fight. Just added efficiency.
This is one of my favorite tier 2s for Pango.
Huge lifesteal.
Actual lifesteal and spell lifesteal, both of which are good.
Yep.
Love this thing.
And 300 night vision.
Yep,
That's the last
always
thing that
useful.
it gives.
That's right. That's, I mean, obviously he has Lincoln's now, but even if you're gonna rupture him, he could get a lot of that HP back with one swash, in theory, as the other Tormentor will go down. OG, get a shard for the old CM. I've noticed that a lot of these games, we're seeing the exact same support shards constantly getting
That's
picked
because
up.
we see the same support.
Yeah, we're seeing the same support. I mean, Dark Willow's here. We could have seen
That's
that.
true.
That would have been a new one.
That's right.
The
That
game
one's
is
really
biased.
good. It would definitely be the one they would want this game. The Cursed Crown one, I think, would just be better.
Yeah.
Because it's unlikely Maiden gets a good ult off here. She's just going to get torn apart from everything. This is a very, very rough game to be an underfard Maiden in. You just can't go in. Like, they can just blow at her and she dies at this point. What's her health? 1,000? Has the specialist array so she can get that split
Radiant's
shot on
top
Maiden.
tower is
Very
under
nice.
attack.
What stats does that give?
It gives all stat.
But she's not
Radiant
universal.
structures are
Not
fortified.
truly
Yeah?
efficient. All right, outpost taken by OG. The lead has not grown in the last couple minutes.
Radiant's top
course,
tower
Liquid
is
haven't
under attack.
Looked to go get the old Roshan
Radiant's
yet as
top
well.
tower has fallen.
So OG are, I guess you can call it stabilizing to a degree, but are they getting the items? Like, at what point do you think that they can fight? Is there something
Radiant's top
that they're
tower is
looking for?
under
The
attack.
BKB for Yuragi would be pretty big, obviously, but he's not. He's still a full recipe away. As Liquid, oh, we're actually going to go for Roche, and it's being scanned. So Liquid have a good idea that this is happening.
Oh no, this is not going to end well for
Freezing
OG.
field.
Prediction time, they're all going to die.
Die, you think? I don't know. Roshan's getting pretty low. Taiga, he's gonna try to block them out with a Bramble. He's gonna get stunned right off the bat, though. Yuragi gets the Aegis, so they successfully get Roche, but Liquid still want to fight the Roar and the Pango roll on top of BZM. He's already at half HP, focusing him down very easily. And OG, despite getting Roche and Aegis, they lose the Aegis. They lose basically. Oh, a beautiful ult coming out from Taiga. Is that enough to save anybody? Yes, Yuragi actually gets out. The beautiful terrorize.
All right, incorrect prediction. They only lost 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Not all.
And in theory, yeah,
No
that's
BKB.
a long stun. Two cores dead just like that. OG, maybe they're this thing.
Yeah. Great reaction from OG, and now they get to invade and start playing the enemy triangle a little bit, maybe push some damage onto the mid-tier 2, and if nothing else, maybe get some good vision out here. Taiga is running all the way over here to place what I think will be a deep ward. He's thinking about it. Nope, didn't place it. Headshot.
No.
Headshot in the tail.
That more, yeah, I hit him in the tail.
Tail shot. Does it?
Yeah. Yuragi, BKB now, going for the shard, so he's going to get that pure damage.
Gives him more of a fighting chance against Monkey King in the ult. I still don't know if you can really stand your ground and fight in there, but I mean, you want the shard anyway.
Yeah.
Taiga
getting caught up again. It's applied, but
minute. Am I looking at
damage to try to mitigate.
And just see Mickey there waiting on the Boundless Strike. Wants to wait for Shadow Realm to end. Boundless Strike, when you use it during Shadow Realm, is the damage. Because it is based off of your
Dire's top tower has fallen.
unattackable.
Yuragi. Will he get out? Oh my god, that last hit.
Middle tower
Crimson Guard's
is
pretty
under
good.
attack.
It is. MC, though, he's the one getting pursued.
MC's pretty dead.
Yeah, balance.
Unstoppable. You cannot
Gives his
be
button.
stopped. That's what that means.
Game right. 2 back.
Is round. I think
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Beastmaster is definitely going to become a bit more of an X factor late in the game as well. We keep talking about the earlier pressure with this hero coming out, but the BKB piercing on big here because Bloodseeker has to run in.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
G always going to be susceptible to getting hit by that roar. So I wonder if we're actually going to see a Link as part of the play. So he's preparing for that inevitable problem on the Bloodseeker that he has to solve. And this is the way to do it. It doesn't feel great because it is an expensive item you have to buy, but the alternative is going a standard build and then not getting to play at all in the fights. So you kind of...
Dire's
fair.
courier
Pango has to go an item he doesn't want to go for either, so...
It feels less bad on Pango though, right? Because it's like... It's such a big part of your hero to be in your ult anyway, that when you're in there, a lot of your net worth doesn't necessarily pay off massively. Whereas for Bloodseeker, every single item slot, he wants to have damage as much as possible to just fight. So it's going to slow him down.
Go for Link for you, right?
Also true. This often happens to Invoker when he doesn't go Midas.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pretty uncharacteristic for BZM to not buy that when he's playing Exor. And wonder if he regrets it. At the same time, they were getting crushed, right? If he would have gone Midas, it would have been even greedier. But at this point, could have maybe paid off. I don't know how much value he really got out of this Witchblade. And now that...
The Hawk is scouting them out, and Liquid have smoke, so they have a good idea where the rest of OG are.
Yeah.
And Taiga, he's gonna tank.
Okay.
Runs right into them.
Hello.
Let's run forever, can we?
That might.
Fine.
You away. Indeed, another -2. There's the roar inside the Wukongs. And Underlord T has dropped as well. So 2 quick kills for Liquid.
Now that death was avoidable after Taiga Phantom, I would say. I think Mind Control felt safe there, and they weren't going to dive in between the towers, but they ran straight in there. Actually, there was no tower. They've already taken the mid tier too, so
Radiant's middle tower
even
is
more
under attack.
And now they can poke the high ground. Death or see. This Kid Rack is going to get. He had the thing about
talk about
TM in
long-range
this game,
artillery.
Yeah.
1,300 damage there.
it
the
doesn't
blink of an
take
eye.
much for Liquid to kill him from that far away. And they're going to get this tier
Radiant's
3.
middle tower has fallen.
Might
Dyer's
just
bottom
reset a
tower
bit.
is
Or step on
under attack.
Anisha, make sure he doesn't get. And Liquid are going to be happy with this.
Take the wisdom right here.
Oh, yeah.
Make
Ooh.
it close to level 20 talent.
20, very nice.
Monkey King's 20 talents are a bit decent, you would say. Heck, stun talent is insane.
Invisibility!
Lowers the cooldown from 20 to...
He has an interesting talent.
It's one of the best talents in the game, actually. One of the best 20s. This is really, really good for the hero.
Well, Nisha goes into the roll-up form.
Oh, global
The
to save
global
him.
silence just to save, make sure it doesn't get caught out in a weird position.
A little overly defensive there again on the... but they can afford it.
Yeah.
My
With
God.
all that, basically it's mana again after that. You know?
Oh, I thought you were going to make a joke that despite having all that int, he's still using his ulti incorrectly. Thought that was a little harsh. But
I'm not you.
Dyer's top
I don't
tower
bash.
is
I'm a
under
very
attack.
negative person.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. I get off the couple rounds. Not as kill him, but he is
here.
perpetually slowed and will go down to Boundless Strike. Did require Nisha to ult. Is that enough for them to poke at the high ground?
Yeah.
Or they don't really have the Aegis or anything like that.
Keep in mind, Monkey King with his Boundless Strike with 15-second cooldown, he can get Chakra as well.
Structures
Yeah,
are
that's true.
fortified.
And now they also have the cooldown reduction creep. It looks like. Where is it?
Do they?
Well, they have the Time Warp bar. Where is it?
This is going to be the melee
There
rack.
it is. Just
And I
there.
think Liquid are just going to back away now.
It was so big I couldn't find the creep.
How much does it give?
10% CDR to all allies.
Is that wait? It goes up in it
With
should have
time. With time. He's had it for a while.
He's had that one for a long time then, because
I guess so.
right now it would be a level 3 even, because 30 minutes is the level 3.
I don't remember the thresholds, but you're
It's
probably
15:30.
right. Okay.
So he's had that before minute 15, right?
Has he had it since minute 14?
I guess. Time to refresh it.
Could also be
Could be a tooltip error.
tooltip error, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's never happened before. Oliver perfect.
Yep, true.
Waiting around for a enter potentially. Not
Shout
sure.
out
They've
to our
actually timed
perfect,
it.
flawless overlords
That's right.
and underlords.
Well, not that game. We don't speak about that.
That's flawless.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
MC also not flawless. Either way, oh,
Not a good day to be an
they're
underlord. Okay.
getting to the enemy torment. All right, this is cool.
Grab it. Tormentor right here and
Yeah.
straight back. Very cool.
Underlord gets it.
Okay. The global relocate effectively.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Nice. The Firestorm shard is pretty good. Extra
Well-gotten gains.
cap yourself if you want. Don't think you do in this game. You're not really going to run in, but not much. With confidence
Doesn't heal anymore.
No.
That was a very brief moment in time, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
Haste!
And I think their Tormentor should be up pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure on the exact time. And that's something that could probably be added to the UI is the Tormentor timers. Spectators, of course.
Now that you talked about the healing of Firestorm, you just had me thinking if there could be an interesting way of making an axe for this hero.
Oh, Liquid actually stole theirs. Okay, I missed it. That was quick.
Yeah, it
but
was
they just
quick.
swapped them.
Yeah. What if Underlord Aghanim Scepter, you could activate Atrophy Aura and do some sort of explosion based on how much plus damage you have?
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah, how about that? That would be
Write a
really
letter
pit,
to Ice Frog.
really pit lord theme.
I mean, you got
Sort of
you got Fiend's Gate in the game. You have some value to the community. That's good. Slack's also got the Lycan Ags into the game.
Yeah.
So he is a detriment to the community.
Which one of these is more of a meme, do you think? And which one is the design? That's
the real question. I don't know. I had fun casting the tiny lichen TI. That was actually not even being sarcastic. That was fun.
Yeah, I think.
Well, mainly because of the Christmas tree rack. Better be careful.
I think Flex actually invented Christmas tree.
Yeah, so too.
Yeah.
It is the Dota Santa Claus.
Yeah.
17k lead here for Liquid, and we can see Roche is up. It's in the bottom right. His inside in the day.
Yeah, this is a game-defining moment here.
I think so. Nisha, Swash, they know they're here. On the, he's gonna spot Taiga. He gets cut down with the feet. But they're not going to be able to follow it up with anything. Nisha, he is ruptured, so you stand his ground after the roll-up. Field crash with the damage mitigation, but he's dead. Beautiful rupture, but it's going to cost them BZM, so it's a 1-for-1 to start this fight. Wukong's command, MC trying to get outside of the Fabulous strike onto 3 heroes. Just watching from afar like a creep. Nisha bought back into the game to be able to take out CM, and MC's Taiga. Oh my god, the bounce deletes him. But started out pretty damn good for OG, but in the end, Liquid will secure the second Roche.
I think that was the highest possible impact play a Mind Control can find in that fight. He stumped the Monkey King for 4 seconds by putting the gate on top of him, and they used that time to kill Nisha. But again, the advantage is just too much. They have to commit so much into killing this Pango. He buys back, comes back, and the fight's just lost because they've used all their resources. But if they don't,
how did he live?
If they don't go on him, he's going to ruin their fight as well. So, damn it if you do, damn it if you don't kind of situation. And
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, I don't know if they can just high ground here. I think Pop Storm plus Invoker is all to push into. Might want to take it easy. Might want to control the map more. Get more items up. Did they ever complete a pipe? I think they just never bought that. Oh, yeah, they do have it on Beastmaster. Because that's... Yeah, I wouldn't even mind them having more than one in order to go high ground in this game.
Well, have the Aegis. Gonna be a little bit easier now. And the cheese is on the Pango, so you can theoretically, if you get ruptured again, Rolling Thunder, you can just rely on cheese to keep you up.
Yep.
Pretty nice. Not sure what they use to proc. I mean, that's the thing about Pango. You want to use your swash in roll, but you might just have to roll from like far away.
Yeah.
Avoid getting your Lincoln's proc.
He has the dagger, so.
Yeah, but
okay.
Pango players are greedy. They want first swashbuckle, right? It's efficient.
Uh-oh, Uragi. Are they gonna find him here?
Yep.
They just might. They will.
Spotted. Abyssal Blade. Well, just there. Closing some. He's rocked well onto Mickey. And his ground tornadoed up. And a terrorize to force him to run.
Tower is under
a little
attack.
extra that damage from Rock. Nice. It's there from OG. I mean, Wukong's command was used for that. Is the Aghanim Scepter now online?
Well, BZM needs to be careful. Let's go.
Or Pango.
Okay, he walked forward there. That could have been dangerous, but...
He's on the trees. Fiend's Gate was used, so they have no easy way to destroy the trees. They can spot him, though. There. Okay, the Bramble's on top of him, so he's kind of stuck in an awkward position.
Radiant's middle
They're using the courier to try to scout him out as well.
Middle barracks
Have to jump. Trying to kill the Time Lord creep. No! Very important. Now he can upgrade it.
Rest in peace,
At level 1. Oh, beautiful initiation. Boundless Strike into Nisha's ult as well. With that shard, or that Aghanim Scepter now online. Their swashbuckles are just doing absolute work. 2 dead in the blink of an eye for OG. They buy back onto the Invoker, though. Attempting to defend. The melee racks is taking heavy damage as Mickey finally will pop his Wukong's command. Fortification is activated for OG. Trying to delay this as long as possible. There's the Underlord pit. Nisha jumps in. Swash not going to hit anybody. And doesn't look like Liquid are going to be able to secure the melee racks, at least not yet.
Dire's
still forced out the Invoker buyback. Got the tower, got more progress, and didn't lose anything. Still have Aegis and cheese. You can wait for the cooldowns one more time. Make the same play again, and that's probably going to end the game unless OG can find some.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about this, Mickey is able to TP top, push it out, and he can just
yeah, they can bring it back. Recall is such a... I think it's possibly undervalued. I feel like the Caudals we've seen in this tournament haven't necessarily bought the shard as much as I would have liked. I think the shard is extremely valuable. It allows you to just play the map differently entirely as a team. Take advantage of it. And with this bigger map, if it's better or worse than before, it's always, having recall has always been really
So the time loop was placed by an on the dinosaur. Top's ready. Yeah. This is dieback for BZM. That is not what you want to see if you're an OG fan. And Nisha and company trying to clean up as much as they can, knowing that they'll likely be able to secure a second set of racks. MC does, but the two supports plus mid laner take a tumble. And again, the Aegis is still there. Still there. It's 35 seconds though, so it'll likely just expire of its own accord. But with the tier 2 tower out, they could theoretically just go for these megas.
Yeah, there's no way in hell OG can fight without that, bro. So this is a guaranteed free lane. It's gonna make it a bit difficult for them. Nice. Just barely outranging the Boundless Strike there. That could have been scary. But second lane goes... Yeah, go straight top here. 35 seconds is enough.
Yep, I think so. 35 seconds.
Command and go to work.
Indeed. Basically everything up. Pango ult in 10 seconds. They really need to... 20 seconds of delay is possible, but Boundless Strike onto 2. And Tiger does have buyback. Crimson Guard will also try to mitigate as much damage as possible, but alas, the tier 3 tower does fall, and they're going to get the Abyssal Blade initiation onto Yuragi, who drops dead. 80 seconds of no Bloodseeker. And MC trying to do as much as he can, but GGs are called. And Liquid, well, they showed up in game number 1, that's for sure.
This was just an easy game for them, really. It didn't really feel like they faced much adversity.